Hello, Diana. Good morning.
Hello, Lynn. Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I am working right now, but
How do you
maybe I
feel?
have some distractions in this moment because a lot of my coworkers call me in another cell phone, and I need to answer the cell.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you? Are you ready for the
I'm fine,
class?
thanks.
Excellent. That's
Yes,
great.
teacher, I'm ready.
So, guys, we're going to start with a new topic today. Tech questions. I don't know if you have any idea about that. Tech questions. Have you ever studied that before? No?
No, teacher, first time.
This
I
okay.
heard that.
Excellent. What about you, Diana? Tag questions. Do you know something about that? So today we're going to start with this topic, tag questions. Okay, so let's start with this. Edwin, can you please?
Okay, teacher. Tag questions are used to ask for agreement or to ask for things, favors, or new information to determine which listen to the speaker's tone.
Excellent, very good, right? So that is the tag question, right? Used to ask for agreement or to ask for things, favors, or for new information, right? Also, we're going to study the structure of these, right? Tag questions. So, that questions also are short questions at the end of a statement. We're going to study this. Also, we have use of that questions. First, that questions can be considered an indicator of politeness, emphasis, or irony, right? Also, we can use these tag questions in order to confirm that something is true or not. So we're going to use that, right? Also, to encourage a replay from the person we are speaking to. Sometimes we are speaking with someone and we need to confirm that information, or in that case, to ask about that, right? So we're going to use the tag question. Tag questions form or the structure. Here you have this affirmative statement and negative tag. When you have a positive statement, is followed by negative question tag. For example, here you have, he likes him. This is an affirmative statement or an affirmative sentence, right? And that is in simple present, right? So, he likes him. The negative tag is going to be, or the tag in this case, that will be negative, right? The negative tag. Doesn't he? And you have here a question mark, right? So he likes him, comma. We are going to use a comma here, right? Comma, doesn't he? Right? So if you have an affirmative statement, you're going to have a negative tag. So a negative statement is followed by a positive question tag. For example, she doesn't care about him. That is a negative sentence, a negative statement, right? So you're going to have an affirmative tag. Does she? In the question mark, right? So she doesn't care about him. Does she? If it is affirmative, the sentence, you're going to have a negative tag. He likes him, doesn't he? This is for simple present, right? We're going to study Also with the other tenses like past, past perfect, also when you use modal verbs, etc. We are going to do this, but keep in mind this, guys. When you have an affirmative statement, you're going to have a negative tag. When you have a negative statement, you're going to have an affirmative tag. Okay, so keep in mind that, right? So, a positive statement plus a negative question tag. There you have an example. You are a student, comma, aren't you? A subject pronoun comes after an auxiliary or a form of the verb to be. In that case, you're using the verb to be, right? So, you are a student. This is an affirmative sentence, right? A positive statement. Then you're going to have the negative question tag. First, you're going to have the verb plus not in this case because this will be like the auxiliary, the verb to be, right? And then you're going to have what? The same subject that you have here, right? Yes? So you are the question tag, right? The verb that is in the positive way here, you're going to have in a negative way here, right? So you are a student, comma. And don't forget the comma here. This is very important, right? So, comma, aren't you? That question tag there, right? Or the tag question, we can say that, right? So, if you have a negative statement, you're going to have a positive tag question, right? For example, Mary isn't a teacher. This is a negative statement. So, comma, is she, right? A subject pronoun is used to replace the noun or the phrase, right? You can replace that noun in that case. But you know that that is third person singular. That's why you're using here she, right? And so, Mary, she. Isn't, that is negative, you're going to have a positive tag question in the other, in the tag, right? And don't forget the comma. Mary isn't a teacher, comma, is she, right? So, intonation and meaning in this case. The intonation of a question tag shows the exact meaning of it. If the intonation of the question tag goes up, it means you are not sure and you want to know the answer. You're not sure about that information and you want to know the answer. So the intonation in the case goes up, right? For example, John doesn't speak Spanish. This is negative, right? John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? Okay, does he? Right? So the intonation goes up in that case because you are not, we can say, sure of the answer. You don't know or you don't have enough information about that. So, John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? Right? If the intonation of the question tag goes down, it means you are checking, confirming information, or making a conversation, right? So, John doesn't speak Spanish. Does he? So, you make a difference here. It's like, does he, right? Does he? Yeah, so The intonation also is very important when you are using tag questions, right? So the intonation goes up when you are not sure about that information. And the tag question goes down when you are just checking the information that the other person is giving you, right? So pay attention also to these. We can say another example. For example, when we say, when we are sure of the answer, you say, this is your car, isn't it? Right? Isn't it? In that case, that is isn't it goes up because you are not sure, right, of that information, right? That's good. Also, or you can say, he's from France, isn't he? Right? Isn't he? Also, the intonation goes up, right? You're checking about that, right? So, let's continue. Here you have the negative auxiliaries and verbs in text are usually in their contracted form. We can use this. We can also maybe use, in this case, right, the long form, but that would be better if you use the contracted form here. For example, you are a student, aren't you? He is very busy, isn't he? Right? That is affirmative and present, right? We also have the past with the verb to be. He was happy, wasn't he? Remember that in the tag question, you're going to use the same verb that you have in the first statement and also the same subject, right? They were surprised, weren't they? Right? So were, weren't. Remember, positive statement, negative tag, right? So you speak English, don't you? In this case, you have a simple present tense statement, right? So you know that you need to use an auxiliary. In this case, do, because you have you, right? Depends of the subject that you have. And also, you're going to use the same subject that you have in the first statement. Okay, so you speak English, don't you? He studies Spanish, right? And this is a third person singular subject, right? So he studies Spanish, doesn't he? Right? In this case, you need to use what? Does, right? So that is negative, doesn't he? Right? You study for the test, didn't you? Right? This is past, right? You studied for the test, didn't you? In this case, you're going to use we can say, this auxiliary but in past, did, right? Didn't you? Because you have the first statement in past. So you have to be careful with this. And you need to know which is the tense that you have in the first statement, and you're going to use, we can say, the correct auxiliary in the tag question. In this case, affirmative, negative sign, right? So you have studied all week, haven't you? Right? There you have present perfect, right? You have studied all week, haven't you? You had arrived before he left. That is past perfect, right? Hadn't you? So, you will pass the exam. This is a simple future, right? You need to use will here. So, won't you? Will be the negative statement there. Also, we can use modal verbs. You can speak two languages. Can you? Can't you write it? You could do it for me, couldn't you? We must be patient, mustn't we? You should go now, shouldn't you? You would like a new job, wouldn't you? Right? So, you're going to use the same structure that you're using in the statement. In this case, that is the affirmative statement. So then you're going to use the short form or the contracted form in the negative chat, but using the same tense that you have in the first statement, right? Also, this is different. When you have a negative statement, then you're going to have a positive tag. You aren't a teacher, comma, don't forget the comma, this is very important, guys. Then, are you? Right? Or, he isn't crazy, is he? He wasn't relaxed, was he? They weren't late, were they? You don't speak French, do you? You didn't study for the test, did you? You haven't been here a week, have you? You hadn't done it before then, had you? You won't fail the exam, will you? You can't drive a car, can you? You couldn't do it for me, could you? We mustn't say anything, must we? Right? You shouldn't be so busy, should you? You wouldn't stop me, would you? Right? So, remember, if you have a negative statement, then you're going to have a positive tag. And don't forget to use the same tense that you have in the first statement. Okay? Statements using barely, hardly, neither, no, nobody, no one, nothing, and seldom are treated as negative statements. Okay. Nobody went to the meeting, did they? When you have these words, right? Barely, hardly, nobody, no one, nothing, right? You're going to take the first statement as a negative, right? So, in that case, you're going to have a positive tag. Always, you need to respect the tense that you're using, right? This is past, right? Nobody went, simple past. So you're going to have did here, right? And also, nobody did. That's the subject there. Nothing is ready. Is it? Right? That's different, right? Because you're using, we can say this. We take this as a negative statement, negative word, right? Nobody, nothing, right? So then you're going to have a positive tag also when you have these words. Okay, so keep that in mind also. Exceptions. Also, there are some exceptions. For example, I am attractive, aren't I? When you're using and we can say it in present, but you're using the verb be, in this case, you're not going to say not I, right? You cannot contract even am and not, right? That's why you're going to use here aren't I. We know that we can use I are a teacher. That's not possible, right? But this is an exception, right? And when you have an statement and we can say like A positive statement here with I am attracted. You're talking about yourself, right? So you're going to have in the tag question aren't I? Yes? Or are I, for example. You have a negative thing for it. I am not attractive. Are I? That will be, right? But this is an exception. Also, when you have let's go to the beach, shall we? So you're going to use show in this case. Let's go to the beach, shall we? Instead of let's. We don't have here another thing to use, right? But this case, let's go when you have let's, shall we? Right? So stop daydreaming. Will or won't you? When you have stop, also in that case, you need to use will. If you have here, you can have two options here, right? Maybe that would be like a negative tag or a positive one. Stop daydreaming, will you? Or stop daydreaming, won't you? Also, you can use that, but those are exceptions. Or don't stop singing, will you? Right? Here you have the negative one, don't. That is like an imperative, right? Don't stop singing, will you? Right? But those are exceptions. So keep them in mind also, right? So guys, I don't know if you have questions about this topic. It's a little bit tricky because we need to change many things or switch many things in the sentences, right? But I don't know if you have questions about this. You have questions, comments? Is everything clear? Edwin, Diana, and Mr. David, what's your opinion about this?
All clear, teacher.
Oh, clear. Nice, Edwin. Perfect. Mr. David, is everything clear?
It's clear, teacher.
Excellent. Okay, Diana, don't worry. That's great. I know you're working, right? So, let's do the first exercise, guys. This could be amazing. Let's see. Let me show that. Okay, there you have it. Okay, there you have the first one. It says grammar error correction. Tag questions. Find and correct the mistakes below. One mistake per sentence. Some sentences use the present tense, others use the past tense, right? And there you have an example, guys. It says, they live in San Francisco, aren't they? But you have here, that is simple present, right? Live in San Francisco, so you cannot use the verb to be here, right? So this is an affirmative statement. You need a negative tag, right? So in this case, that is simple present, and you know that you are going to use what? Do plus not for the negative statement in this case, because that is present. And also you're going to use the same subject that you have here, right? So they live in San Francisco, don't they? Right? So you're going to identify the mistake and you're going to correct that mistake, right? Also, pay attention. If you have an affirmative statement here, for example, you're going to have a negative tab here, right? If you have a negative statement, you're going to have an affirmative tag, right? And also, be careful with the subject. If you have here, you're going to have here, right? Only with the exceptions, but that is not possible here, right? So, for example, the number 2, what do you think about this one? Which could be the mistake? He didn't buy the chairs. Did they? Which could be the mistake there?
Is did he?
He, right? So in this case, did he? Right. Excellent, Edwin. We don't need, in that case, they, because which is our subject? He, right? So that would be the mistake. Okay. So guys, I want you to work on those 16 sentences. You're going to have around 5 minutes for you to work on them, and then we're going to check them together. Okay, if you can't unmute your microphone, maybe Diana, right, you can practice and participate, right, in the chat. Okay, so guys, work on them. Remember, if you have questions, just raise your hand. I will try to help you as soon as possible, right? So work on those sentences. Find the mistake and correct the mistake. Okay? So work, guys. 5 minutes. Okay, guys, let's check the answers. Let's do the number 3. Which could be the mistake there? We are late. Do we? Which could be the mistake in that case?
I think is that's we.
That's we. But which verb do you have here, Edwin? The verb
Oh,
to
are we? Are we?
Exact. But also, Edwin, remember that you have here a positive statement. So here we need
Aren't we?
a negative one. Yes. So aren't we? That would be excellent. Aren't we? Perfect. Because here you have the verb to be. So that's a positive statement. We need a negative one. Number 4. He can't swim. Does he? Which could be the mistake here.
Can he, teacher? Can he?
Excellent. Good. Can he, right? Because there you have can't. That is a negative statement. We need a positive one, right? And remember also that here you're using a modal verb. You need a modal verb in the tag question. Excellent, Mr. Davy and Elvin. That's good. Let's see. 5. She was a student, isn't she? Which could be the mistake there?
Wasn't she?
Wasn't she? Excellent. Wasn't she? Right? Good. Thomas saw a movie, wasn't he? What do you think about number 6? Thomas saw.
Didn't he?
Aha, that's past, right? Excellent. So you need didn't he? Good. Didn't he? Excellent. What about 7? He couldn't answer the question. Did he? He
Could
couldn't.
he?
Could, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yes. Could, right? He. Good. Could he? Excellent. Because you have could in here, could here, right? Mr. Smith were late, wasn't he? What is the mistake here?
Weren't he?
When he? So you have Mr. Smith were late.
Was late.
Was late.
Mr. Smith was late.
Okay, that's a mistake, right? Remember, you have Mr. Smith. That is third person, singular. We can say he was late, right? In that case, wasn't he? Right? My God. Okay. Was late. Wasn't he? Okay. Good. Thank you, Diana. That's great. Then you have they had dinner. Were they?
Had they?
Okay. Had.
Hadn't they?
No, no. Okay. Here you have.
Hadn't they?
What is this? We know that here we have the mistake, right? But what is that? They had dinner. Is that as a simple past sentence or a past perfect tense sentence? What do you think about that one? They had dinner.
Past.
That is past. Aha. So here, which auxiliary do we need to use? If it is past.
Did.
Aha, did. Negative or affirmative? Yes, negative or
Didn't.
didn't. That's negative, right? Didn't they?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Didn't they? Because here you have they, the affirmative statement, right? You're going to have the negative one here. So they had dinner, didn't they? Okay, perfect. Be careful with the things that you have here, right? In this first statement. Then, your sister bought a new house, didn't it? Oh, which could be the mistake there? Your sister bought a new house. So, which could be the mistake there?
Didn't she?
Didn't she? Yes. So, this is the mistake. No, it. You have what here? Your sister. So, that is she, right? Excellent. 11. You don't exercise. Don't you? Which could be that one? You don't exercise. Don't you? What is the you don't?
Do you?
Do you, right? Because here you have a negative statement, we need a positive thing. So, do you? Great. Now, it's 3 o'clock, aren't it? Wow. Which could be the mistake there?
Isn't it?
Excellent, isn't it? Good, right? Isn't it? Right, that would be good. She's your friend, don't she? She's your friend, don't she?
Doesn't she?
Which could be the
She.
uh-huh. Look at this. Uh-huh. Which verb do you have here? That is the verb be, right? So in that case, we need isn't she.
Isn't.
Uh-huh, isn't. Don't forget these guys. Remember the tense that you have here, right? So isn't she? Good. He's from Canada, isn't it? Oh, again, right? He's from Canada, isn't it? What is the mistake here? Uh-huh, just Mr.
Isn't
David.
he?
Perfect, it's in he, right? Good. Nice. Your father doesn't drink tea, is he?
Does he?
Does he? Yes, that's he. Good, right? Remember, negative statement, affirmative tag. So, does he? Excellent. And the last one, guys. They already started their class, don't they? Which tense do you have here? Already started their class, don't they? Which could be.
Haven't they?
Oh, do you think this is what? Present perfect tense? Is it a present
Did.
or past? What do you think? Do you have here? They have already started their class? Don't you have here? Right?
Did.
Ah, that is
Doesn't they?
no, because here you have started. That is past, simple past, right? So here you're going to have didn't they, right? Didn't they? So something that is very important, guys, is to notice the tense that you have here, to pay attention. Which tense do you have in the first statement, right? So then you're going to have the same tense, or you will need to use the same auxiliary, right, in the tag question, right? So don't forget that thing. That's very important, right? So let's continue. I guess we have time. We're going to do the last exercise. So this is only in simple present tag questions, right? You're going to choose the correct form. For example, number one, John works at the new office building downtown. Works. That is simple present. So, doesn't he, or isn't he, or doesn't it? Which could be the correct form there?
Doesn't he?
Yes, right? Doesn't he? Because you have here what? Simple present, and which is their subject? Young. Verb person singular here, right? Excellent. Number two. Ankara is the capital city of Turkey. Doesn't he? Isn't it? Or doesn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Right? Excellent. Because you have here the verb to be, right? So, number three. Diana, read it and tell me the answer.
Sam and David are studying in the library. Aren't they?
Excellent. Aren't they? Because you have here are and Sam and David. Excellent. Number four, Mr. Davy. Read it and tell me the answer. Mr.
Does it?
Okay. So your pet dog doesn't like to bite people. Does it? Okay, good. Excellent. 5. Edwin. Read it and tell me the answer.
You and I are late for our English class. Aren't we?
Excellent. Are we, right? You and I are. Perfect. Diana, 6.
Your brothers don't know how to speak Chinese? Do they?
Do they? Excellent. Very good. Right here you have a negative statement and your brothers. So do they? Mr. Davies, 7th. Which could be that?
You never have a thought for breakfast, and don't they?
Don't they? But you have here you.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Have you? Have you?
But that is not present perfect. This is simple present, right? Have eggs and toast for breakfast. So, do you? Right? So, this is simple present, Mr. David. You don't need have there, right? Because you're not using present perfect there, right? So, do you? Do you? Right? So, and remember that never, that is a negative word, right? That's why you use here, do you, right? Okay. 8. Edwin, please.
Excuse me, your name isn't Thomas, is it?
Excellent. Is it, right? Here you have isn't and your name. Is it? You're talking about the name there. Thank you. Diana, 9.
Oh no, I am in the wrong classroom again.
Yes.
um,
Which could be that?
I,
Really?
no, no.
No? Which could be the answer there? Edwin, which could be the
Is
answer? Is no. Mr. Dave? Who wants to help
Aren't
Diana?
I?
Aren't I? Remember that is an exception, right? When you have I am or am, right? You're not going to say am I? No. It's aren't I? That is an exception, Diana. Okay. I have already explained that in the rules, right? So that's an exception. Okay, thank you. Perfect. Then, Mr. David?
There are around 200 countries in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there?
Aren't there? Yes. Right, there you have this one, letter A. Aren't there? Good. Excellent. Um, Edwin? 11.
Today is Monday. I think our English test is tomorrow. Isn't it?
Isn't it? Nice. Letter B, right? So, perfect. Nice. Diana, 12.
Malaysia and Indonesia are both located in Asia.
Uh-huh.
Aren't they?
Aren't they? Okay, good. Right? Are both located in Asia, right? Good. Aren't they? Excellent. 12. Edwin?
Why isn't Sarah here? She's not sick. Is she?
Is she? Good. Is she? Right? Why isn't there? Right? Nice. 14, Mr. Davy. Which could be the answer for that one?
It usually rains a lot in your country.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it?
Excellent. You have rains here. So, doesn't it? Excellent. And Diana, 15.
The television costs $500. Doesn't it?
Doesn't it, right? Word 11. That's good. Doesn't it? Perfect. And the last one. Erwin.
Tag questions are really quite easy, aren't they?
Are they? So, what do you think about the questions, guys? Are they easy or
I think it is
difficult?
easy.
Easy, right? You just need to notice the things that
Sometimes
you're
it's
using.
confusing, but
Sometimes,
But if-
yeah, but if you know the things that you have in the first statement, you are going to know which one do you need to use in the tag question, right?
Yeah.
So you just need to practice, guys. And we're going to continue practicing next class, okay? So guys, remember that you can find the second evaluation in Google site. Okay, so go and study first and do the evaluation. Okay, that will be the second evaluation for this last module, right? Remember that we're going to finish this semester at the end of May. So do the evaluations. Okay, do you have questions, comments? No? Is everything clear, guys?
all clear, teacher.
Excellent. So,
No question, teacher.
nice. So, guys, have a nice day. Take care a lot and bye bye. See you next week, okay?
Bye, teacher. Take care.
Bye bye. Take care, Edwin. See you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Mr. Davey. Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye, Diana. Take care a lot and drink medicine.